into his presence, hide in our hearts, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of men shall be humbled, the haughtiness of men bow down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I welcome you to Wisdom for Living, Word, Spirits, and Prayers. You are welcome. This another beautiful one that I would like to share with you. I'm taking from the book of Psalm 46, verse 10, that says, "Be still and know that I am God." Not me, of course. El Shaddai. I know I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Beautiful verse. Beautiful verse. Beautiful verse. God is telling us to be still. For me, what I understand is that God is saying, your contribution is not needed. Let me take charge. So God is telling us that we should allow him to take charge. When he take charge, everything will be fine. When he take charge of our minds and he take charge of our daily activities, we see that all things work for good. In the book of Daniel 5:21, it says God rules in the affairs of men. For those that allow God to rule, there are a lot of people that they don't want God to rule in their affairs. They believe they have all the knowledge. They believe they have all the senses. They believe they can do all the calculations. They believe they are on top of their issues and they can tie things together. I remember one day we were going somewhere and we were in a traffic, heavy traffic. We were in that traffic that we couldn't even think of turning back. You know, when there's traffic here, you may think, okay, let me take another route. We have gotten to a point, we were really stopped. We were gotten a point that the right, left, everywhere was blocked. So what should we do at that time? That's what God is saying. Calm down. Be still. Don't even think that this is what I will do, because everything will just collapse, everything will fail. God is telling us to be still. He said we should be still. Just in that traffic, we have to surrender ourselves to whatever happens. That, if the traffic through will be going slowly, and wait on God for breakthrough. And that is exactly before it comes to that, this this verse that said, "Be still." God was saying something. We should not be reading scriptures in isolation. Okay? If we read it in isolation, we will not get the beauty of what the word of God is saying. And we may not even get the exact of what it's addressing. So in verse 8, it says, "Come, behold the works of the Lord." How can you behold the word of how can you or me behold the works of God when we are busy in our meaningless activities? How can we behold the works of God when we are busy calculating and busy putting things in perspective that is not hitting the right perspectives? But when we are still, he said the battle is his own. All we need to do is to just relax and watch God dividing Red Sea, and watch God paving ways for his people, and watch God, you know, making way where there seems to be no way, and watch God bringing out good things out of nothing, and watch God in action. It said, come behold. You cannot behold when you are busy. I'm busy, I'm working, I'm doing the. I won't see what someone is trying to show me. But when you calm down, when you are still, you'll be able to see the works of God. Who has made desolation in the earth? He makes war cease in the earth. Shebi, you want to fight your battle, go ahead and fight it. But God will make war to cease when you are still, when when you relax on him, and you are still on him, and you rest on him, you will behold the works of God, and you will see God seizing all wars. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. Those are the weapons of the enemy. You can't fight the enemy on your own. It is God who breathes afresh in us. He said, it is not he that willeth nor he that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Yes, he burns the chariots in the fire. I'm talking about the chariots of iron that the enemy, that the kings of the kings of Egypt and the Amalekites and the Ammonites and the Gagashites and the mosquito bites, they uses. So it is only God that has the power to burn their chariots in the fire. And he said, be still. When you begin to be still, you will begin to see the hands of God. He said, I will be exalted. If you have if you have if you walk, maybe, oh God, you walk your own, I walk your own, then there will be no exaltation for God. But when you allow God to do his his work, then God will not share his glory with anyone. Then he will be exalted in all the earth and among the nations. The Lord of hosts is with us, the God of Jacob, the God of Bisola, Hephzi-bah. You can call on your God as well. He is my refuge. My God is my refuge. Don't call another man's God, because you don't really know the kind of God they serve. But the El Shaddai, the El Gibor, the Almighty, Almighty, he said we must be still and know that he is God. Stop in your meaningless activities. Stop in your maneuvers. Stop in your chasing shadows. Be still. And you haven't known Christ. It's opportunity to know Jesus so that he can do it for you. God bless you.
Exalted One, prepare my heart, draw me to your presence, exalted One.